Severe weather-wise here, so let's see. Let's make sure all this is right and locked in. Sorry, trying to make sure we got this all right and ready to go. Oh, that was not. Okay, there we go. Everything is set. All right, so kind of looking out there right now, we have 2 ongoing tornado warnings for the Medicine Park area. So these storms moving up towards Apache, Surreal, Cement, Fletcher, Elgin. All in all, they're not looking the most impressive on velocity or anything, but they're rotating and it is there. So like this one from Medicine Park, let's see. It's kind of messy and disorganized, but all in all, it's there. There is currently a tornado warning or tornado watch, excuse me, until let's get that until 8 p.m. tonight. So we are watching that. We're expecting severe weather throughout the next little bit here, probably up until about the 8 o'clock area, like we had talked about. So looking down here into northern Texas, we have this kind of little line towards Henrietta, down to Bowie, to Jacksboro, to Bison. That's kind of moving north-northwestward. Our main focus is these storms that are moving up into the Apache and Elgin area. Kind of watching these for any more severe warning. I'm trying to. It has expired. So from Mountain Park down to Lecture, Texas, that tornado warning there has since expired on that end, or that severe thunderstorm warning. Excuse me, that's expired. When I'm expecting them to extend it, but we will see how that goes. So again, we'll get this rolling. These storms are going to be moving. Let's pull this up. So tornado warning remains in effect until 2:45 p.m. for Comanche and southwestern Caddo counties. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Mears, Oklahoma, moving at 45 miles an hour. So these storms are going to be moving northwestward at 45 miles an hour, and they have just extended that severe thunderstorm warning. Whenever this will load in here, and what we're gonna do is, I kind of messed that up right there. Is that not screen sharing? We're gonna throw this in here, and let's see, 1 second. Sorry, we're trying to get that. Fixed. There we go. So again, we're watching these tornado warnings moving up towards Elgin, to Fletcher, to Apache. We do what? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So the severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for Tuttle down to Bray, that is tornado possible, so that we are deeming it tornado possible due to the embedded areas of circulation that are in it currently. Overall, if anything, it's probably going to be just some brief spin ups here and there. Nothing too bad, but as everything moves kind of further away from the radar, we'll get a better play on it. We do currently have tornado watches for our southwestern counties, along for some of our North Texas counties, which this has actually been extended down to about Abilene for these storms that are coming up out of it. Let's see, what's that? Okay. So again, we're kind of watching these storms. They're kind of having a play-by-play to see how everything is going to pan out exactly, because after those storms last night, our atmosphere is kind of all over the place per se. So sorry, we're trying to get this worked out here. Sorry, we're trying to communicate stuff to our chasers that are out in the field right now. Trying to multitask is just a little bit hard. As soon as I can get this going. There we go. Okay, so now that that's fixed, we can come back over here. Okay, that's what we need to do. So again, we are watching these. Doesn't appear that they've dropped these warnings yet. That was lightning, sorry. So we can kind of, it's a rather broad rotation. There it is. But it's there, and we're definitely watching it. The lines are kind of messing up a little bit right there, so it's kind of tricky to see on those ends. But real quick, we will jump over and read the latest information on those tornado watch. See here, it's not going to work right there, so we're going to have to pull it up over here. Keep this little loop going. Probably have to watch the storm. It's coming up into Faxton. The Faxton, South Lawton, near Geronimo. We will be watching that one. Let's take a look. Try to get this up and running. Did they just drop this to 1? Or has it not updated? I don't think it's updated yet. So let's see. We're trying to get this all pulled up. Gonna replace screen sharing this, and I'll take y'all the product here. So looking at this, tornado watch portions of central and southeast Oklahoma, North Texas, effective this Sunday and evening from 2:05 p.m. until 8 p.m. Primary threats include a few tornadoes, likely widespread damaging winds, likely with isolated significant gust to 75 miles per hour possible, scattered large hail events to 1.5 inch in diameter possible, clusters of intense thunderstorms over southwest Oklahoma and northwest Texas will track rapidly northeastward this afternoon across the watch area. Strong low-level shear will support a risk of tornadoes and damaging wind gusts with these storms. The tornado watch is approximately along and 60. Oh, sorry, that one's not important. So just to remember, tornado watch means conditions are favorable for tornadoes and severe thunderstorms in and close the watch area. Persons in these areas should be on the lookout for threatening weather conditions and listen to later statements and possible warnings. Tornadoes and a few thunderstorms with hail surface and air aloft to 1.5 inches extreme. I'm not going to read that. We are going to kind of keep focusing our attention right over here. So again, we're kind of still watching this. We're seeing how everything is going to plan out today. So down here, Ryan, Oklahoma to Ringling, you do have a severe thunderstorm coming across the Oklahoma-Texas border right now. That storm does not appear to currently pose a tornado threat for right now, but it is moving. I take that back. There's some rather broad rotation, or very weak rotation, excuse me, right down here, south of Henrietta, moving towards Terrell to Ryan, most likely up to Ringling. Sorry, I will never not laugh at that name. Let's see, we'll pull this up. So again, this is currently moving over the. Oh, why did that go down? Why is that not going back up? Sorry, guys, we're trying to get this fixed. I don't know why this went down. We'll get it back up soon. There we go. It is back up and running. Give me 1 second. All right. So again, continuing on here. So we're watching these storms that are kind of coming out or coming into the Lawton area. So north of Lawton up towards Medicine Park, we still have these 2 tornado warnings that both expire in roughly 6 minutes. We're watching these storms that are coming up out of Texas are going to hit these more prone areas for severe weather. Madison, where are you and Michael right now? Okay. So again, they're entering the enhanced risk. These storms.
We're still sitting at the gas station off of 35.
Okay. So some of our trackers are sitting at the gas station in what would be called Thrackerville, Oklahoma, which is just off that I-35 corridor there. So kind of looking, these storms are going to continue to move northeastward into the eastern part of the state, where we kind of have this enhanced risk for that area there. Let's see. It kind of looks like these are starting to wrap into one kind of big mess per se. All right, sounds good. I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so they have dropped those tornado warnings, as we can see, meaning that the tornado threat.
We may be moving in just a minute.
Copy. Meaning that those tornado warnings have since been dropped. There is still what appears to be maybe a little bit of rotation right here near Apache, but like I said, they have since dropped that warning. But it still is considered tornado possible, meaning that there could still be some spin ups in here. So again, we're kind of watching these storms that are coming up out of Texas, and these storms that are moving eastwards. Okay, anyways. So we're kind of watching these. We're keeping our eye on them. Connor Croft is in Gainesville, Texas, getting ready to kind of intercept this little line that we got going here. Jumping radars and coming up here. There's a special weather statement for El Reno, Piedmont, and the western side of Yukon, and actually Union City. You're out of it. So that would contain wind gusts at 40 miles an hour and penny-sized hail. So the tornado risk, the further north you go, kind of the lower it gets per se. So we're not really super worried about it. Up north, let's see. Oh, why did that? I don't know why this keeps crashing. But I promise it is not my fault. There you go. It's back up and running now. So again, we're watching these storms are coming up. I'm trying to think. It kind of looks like our main line is splitting right there. You can see we kind of got these little storms kind of towards the back, and then we got, of course, this kind of mess down here, but we can see that they're kind of splitting, and that line is since separating, and they're actually going to try to merge together fully once this storm gets up towards, kind of looks like where you get to Watonga, Comanche, almost towards the Duncan area. It looks like these are taking more northward tracks than northwestward. They do definitely appear to be moving more north than anything. Yeah, I would say we've hit a northwestward track on these storms now. So let's see here. So again, we've hit more of a northwestern track. We are still watching these ones. This warning that goes from Tuttle down to Marlow. This still poses a threat for some possible tornadoes there. So we are surely watching that, trying to keep an eye on it there. Kind of looking out and about for any updates. As of 16 minutes ago, if you live east of I-44, treat everything treat every warning like it's a tornado warning after this afternoon. To be safe, these storms will produce quick spin-ups, QLCS tornadoes, which are almost impossible to give lead times on. Yes, so definitely treat any warning like this one. It's only tornado possible, but these QLCS ones, they're really brief spin-ups, and they happen so fast that it's very hard to be able to put out a lead time warning on it. We kind of learned that the hard way last night as we had all those tornadoes that had come through and kind of damaged the area there towards OKC, even down from Comanche. As a matter of fact, from actually Meridian up to about the Bray area up there, we had what was potentially a long track tornado. Went on for about, supposedly about 20-ish miles. That part's still being determined. They have not had time to come survey it yet. But so again, we got these storms that are coming up across the border right now. And let's see. We're trying to get which way are they moving? So severe thunderstorms are located along a line extending from 7 miles southeast of Petrolia to 9 miles east of Henrietta to 3 miles southwest of Bellevue, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. So we were supposed to have a northeastern, these northeastern tracks. These are starting to go more northeast than they are east, really. These ones up towards Lawton all the way up to Anadarko to about the Tuttle area are definitely moving almost due east, but they're still slightly going north, definitely. Let's see, what are we thinking here? We're watching these storms that'll probably come up. If these kind of keep making their turns, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a couple of brief spin ups out of these. It's all going to determine on really how fast they turn there. Where's the nearest radar over here? Fort Smith? No. Sorry, I was trying to find radars in kind of this eastern Oklahoma area. Can be tricky from time to time there. Trying to see if I can get this to work. I did get it to work. Okay. So I'll kind of show you guys what we got going. Space velocity. Okay. Phone's going off, as y'all can tell, meaning we kind of got some updates warning in, or some updates coming in, excuse me. And let me... All right. So mainly what we're going to focus on here, I'm not going to do that 4-panel for right now. So we're going to kind of take a jump over, and like I was telling y'all, phone's going off. We kind of got some storms that are beginning to kind of pop up and take some more intensity as we're watching these. See what this area is for. Okay, so we're gonna jump over here. We're here. Let's see. Let's try to get this working. Right. Okay, this isn't loading, but that's going to be okay because we will keep focusing on the storms at hand for right now. So these storms are they're actually kind of starting to become a little bit messy, a little bit less organized. Let's see. Kind of a little divot of rotation right in here. I just covered it up. I don't know. Saying there, but so we're watching a little bit of rotation right there. If we can jump radars, this might give us a better look on it. Y'all can see it's going to be right here. Just a little bit south of Anadarko there. Definitely doesn't appear to be anything on the ground right now, but we're definitely watching it. It's a little, it's what we call a little couplet, but it's right there between Apache and Surreal. So why did that crash again? I don't know why this screen sharing keeps crashing, but I promise we're doing our best to get it worked out. Okay. That's back now. So again, we're still keeping our eye on this because this is kind of starting to get my interest as we speak. But we're mainly going to be focusing on these ones that are coming across the Red River right now, kind of moving. They're starting to turn due north. That's what I'm seeing is they're starting to go due north. And what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, turn that off, and let's see. Okay, now that we got that going. Turn those off. We have a radar scan feature, but it's not wanting to scan. That's the deal. So again, we're watching these storms that are kind of taking more of a due north turn, and they might break off. They might break off this main line down here, and these storms up here kind of take their northern tracks. So that's definitely what we're watching there. We'll kind of pop back over here. Again, between Apache and Surreal, there's still that slight area of rotation. So like we talked about earlier, trying to keep an eye on these more. Trying to keep an eye on these are just a little bit more tricky because of just how fast it can all happen. Let's get that out of the way. Sorry, guys. Sometimes these don't want to go away. So yeah, we're watching it. So like nothing's popping up on our correlation coefficient, which is kind of how we tell if there's any debris that's kind of being wafted with these. I'll get into play. Yeah, so we're really not seeing much. It's kind of starting to get a little tighter up around here, which is kind of the place I just pointed out, south of Apache there. We're definitely going to start focusing in right here. So this area of rotation would be getting ready to go over roads like east 1480 up to east 1470 road. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. I think that's what we're gonna mainly hone our attention to. And even in this newest scan, it's kind of begun to fizzle out, but it's still gonna be right there. Going over Surreal, so towards the rotation's pretty much completely died out on that now. It was definitely there for a second, but we don't have it there anymore. We're not coming down here to focus on these storms. they extended the warning here to Ringling, Loco, Ratful, Chickasaw Nation, Daughtry, Springer, Ardmore, Lone Grove, and Leon at the Marietta to Thackerville, which is where Michael and Madison are currently stationed at. They're kind of waiting for these storms to get up and moving. Like I said, these storms are really starting to take more of a due north track, especially down here. We'll kind of pull up. Not a lot of interesting rotation or anything down here. We're definitely keeping an eye on it though. Right now, we're not really seeing anything, just kind of from the way they're moving. No granted at all. Good change with due time. We will jump back up here. Let's see. Maybe south of Sterling, there's a little superside area rotation starting to develop there. And then kind of looks like that's really all the areas of interest for right now. This is kind of slowly starting to kind of wrap back up. We'll put it in play and see what it's doing. 6125, that latest radar update was 253. It's 256. Oh, here's our newest scan. Not really seeing anything impressive on those. I can see this. It's a very interesting warning box that even puts it into words, really. So for this newest warning, media broadcast requested. The National Weather Service in Norman has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Jefferson County in southern Oklahoma, Love County in southern Oklahoma, southeastern Stevens County in southern Oklahoma, Carter County in northern Oklahoma, southwest Murray County in southern Oklahoma until 3:45 p.m. At 2:54 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 5 miles northeast of, I believe, Sugden to near Oscar, to 5 miles north of Sunset, moving northeast at 70 miles an hour. Locations impacted include Ardmore, Marietta, Eureka, Lone Grove, Heldon, Wilston, Dixon, Ringling, Springer, Thackerville, Daughtry, Gene R3, I believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. Tanamis, Loco, Ratful City, Leon, Graham, Bernieville, Turner Falls, and Grady. So that's kind of watching these, which we'll kind of get a feel on which direction is moving. Sorry. So we get a lot of things going. Moving northeast at 70 miles an hour. So these things are definitely booking it. We're not really seeing anything. Maybe kind of down here as it's getting ready to cross over there. So just to let everyone know, green is going to the radar and red's going away from the radar. So whenever we kind of see them start to get close together and spin, that's kind of how we put two and two together. That okay, that might be something there. Okay, let's take just far out. So we'll come up here and focus on this one really fast. So north of the Tulsa metro area, severe thunderstorm of quarters sized hail, 60 mile an hour wind gust was moving northeastward at 60 miles per hour. But again, I want to kind of jump down here and focus on these ones. These seem to be our main storms to focus on. Give me 1 second. We're going to make a quick little radio call here. Madison, if I were you and Michael, I would probably start heading towards either the Ardmore area or maybe towards the Duncan area, because it's definitely, they're starting to take more of a due north track than they are northeastern track. And if you kind of look at the radar and the velocity scan, you can see that there's kind of a little area of rotation that's coming up across the Oklahoma and Kansas, not Kansas, Oklahoma and Texas border. Okay, so again, so this is what we're watching. Is watching these storms that are coming out of Texas and crossing.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna go
Let's
north
see.
just yet because the thing is it's all rain wrapped. It's gonna be, and on top of that, if we head north, that's the intercept. We're not gonna intercept on this one if I can't see it.
Yeah, and so we are watching these storms that are kind of starting to take more of a due north track, probably up towards the Comanche Empire, Thelma to Loco.
You in this chat? I thought Ashton and everyone was joining too.
Hang on. No, Ashton is not a fan of me talking on Zello, so he's not in this. Anyways, so again, we're kind of watching these ones up here. Let's see. Take another little look at these. We're kind of not really seeing anything rotation wise with these. We come here. Might be some little areas. There's some little pockets along this line, but again, this is all going to be most likely just brief spin ups. I don't expect to see anything like we saw yesterday there. For those of you, many of us know yesterday we had what was pretty much a tornado, small tornado outbreak across Oklahoma. But so, again, currently we are watching these storms that are coming up out of Texas, heading for. Sorry, we're trying to keep up with everything. It's a little tricky. All right. So we will kind of jump back into velocity here, and it's kind of trying right here just across the river. It's kind of trying to throw 2 and 2 together. We can see there's this little area right here that we're watching that could potentially maybe do a little brief spin up down there. Trying to get that out of the way. So let's see. Not really anything impressive up here rotation wise. Kind of all appears to maybe be slowly going more outflow dominant than anything, which if this goes outflow dominant, then this will not pose a risk of tornadoes. But again, we're mainly watching kind of down here. We'll try to get on the nearest radar. That nearest radar is, yeah, it's going to be Frederick. What about this one? Also Frederick. So yeah, so we're kind of watching these as they come up. Let's take a look. I got velocity here. So we're kind of watching this area right here, because the way it's turning and everything, it's kind of trying to get a little bit of rotation on it, but it's definitely struggling on that end. Let's kind of see what we got going. Still nothing impressive up here. Play-by-play down here. Yeah, so it's definitely trying to kind of wrap up right here. Might even be trying to wrap up in here down. I think this is Macona, Texas. I could be wrong there. I could totally be wrong, but we're kind of, see, we got a going on that end. Are you guys seeing that like little area of rotation? There's one kind of northeast of Terrell, Oklahoma, and there's kind of one that popped up near I think it's Nocona, Texas, just above highway or on Highway 175 northbound. So Again, we're watching this area near Nocona, Texas. This little area. Let's see, how far is this? This was going to be just about 9 miles to the southeast of Terrell, Oklahoma. It's again, there's nothing on the ground yet, but there's definitely, it's trying to build a little bit of rotation right here. And that, my friends, will be over north. It looks like it'll be East Road 210 or 2110. Put it that way. Looks like it'll be on East Road 210 there. Coming back up here, still not anything really impressive on this end. But we're definitely watching it, keeping an eye on it. Let's see. Put it back here. Kind of watching these areas of rotation kind of just started spinning up out of nowhere. This is why we say that if a tornado were to come out of this, we can't give good lead time on it. But definitely like right here. Kind of what we're watching. So these are still have kind of a more northward track than anything. Nothing really impressive with these storms right here. This is mainly just right up here is just a wind event for the most part there. But I think our main focus is going to be shifted towards these ones that are kind of crossing that Red River. It's definitely going to be the ones where our focus is going to mainly be shifted on. So near the Nocona, Texas area to probably about Leon, Oklahoma is where we're mainly focusing for right now. We're trying to get all of our updates rolling, make sure everyone knows sorry, we're trying to get this. Okay. It's that our newest scan has come through. So we'll take a new look at everything. Kind of see, oh, that's different now. That's not all orange. So right here, we're going to start watching for some action. North of Nocona. This will be north of Nocona by about almost 4 miles there. This will be Farm to Market Road 103 on Hinton Road. So again, we're kind of watching this area right here. I think they just extended this northward. It still has its eastern counties in it, but they just shifted it northwards because of the new movement on these storms, because they're starting to take a due north turn. So again, north of Nocona, we definitely need to kind of start watching that. It's kind of starting to pick up some action. I'll jump up here. There's this little area. That's not really anything too impressive, though. My main focus is definitely going to be down here with this little couplet that we have going. We are going to make a quick little text. Let's kind of see what we got going. Okay. So again, we're still watching this area of rotation out of Nocona, Texas, right there. That's kind of the place. At least seems to be the place. to kind of watch. And okay, sorry, I'm trying to get that worked out. So again, kind of north of the Nocona, Texas area, we're watching it. Let's see. Yeah, so see, we kind of get these brief spin ups that are coming up, kind of moving northward. More than anything right now, definitely watching these storms move north. Let's see what these are. So we're also going to be watching these little areas near Highway 82, which will be east of Nocona as well. These kind of right here, we'll be watching that for kind of a brief spin up, because what it's doing is, as it's kind of turning and moving more northward, it's kind of starting to interact with all the other phases that we have in play right now. It's starting to hit areas that are more, they have more unstable atmosphere. They have kind of what we need to produce what could potentially be brief tornadoes there. Checking back in up here, not a whole lot, kind of along the Chickasha, Anadarko, Gracemont, Amber, Minnecaw. Not really a whole lot going on up here. It's kind of on the least of our concerns. I guess we could kind of switch radars. Woo. We'll put it right here. We're gonna keep our eye on this one right here. Now that we switch radars, we can see that it might actually be something a little more right there. So we'll definitely keep our eyes on it. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of rotation near. I believe this is Norge, Oklahoma. It's going to be between Chickasha and Minnecaw. Put it into play. We'll kind of see. We're watching it. It's definitely going to be what we would call a couplet. Watching it on that end. Sorry about that. Now that we got that, we're going to jump back down here, focus on these storms. That to load in. So it looks like that area of rotation, it's definitely weaker now, but it's still going to be right there. It's kind of fizzled out a little bit, kind of gone away. But all in all, we're still watching multiple areas of rotation, if we're being fair. There's quite a few little things going. You got these two areas that we're watching, but they're especially right up here, just before the Oklahoma and Texas border. Kind of watching this little area as these storms kind of take their more northward track. But we're definitely keeping an eye on that. And I do want to come back up here just from what we were watching so we can see. This is kind of starting to get a little hook on it. We can see how it kind of goes out and around. And so we're going to keep keeping our eyes on that. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to communicate and run the radar at the same time can be a little tricky. So storms moving into OKC, hail at 0.75 inch in diameter, 7 mile per hour winds, tornado possible. So again, we're definitely going to be watching for kind of some more brief spin ups and anything. But so we're kind of going to watch this area north of Union, northwest of Union City. Definitely want to keep an eye on that. This area of rotation is kind of fizzled out a bit. But now that we've had our radar updates, we're going to come back down here. Our new area that we're going to start watching for down here is going to be right here, kind of like I told you, as we're taking more of a northward track. They're going to kind of start to, right there. We're going to start watching that. But so, all right. Here you go. New tornado warning. I called it for Yukon to Bethany. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put it. These will all get loaded in now. Okay. So we're watching it. If you know anyone that lives north of Union City, and if you know anyone that's, I don't know, might be driving along Highway 81 up here, definitely let them know they want to get off that and find shelter. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to capture this image, and I'm going to put this in a play so y'all can see it here in 1 second. So again, we're definitely watching this, and it's definitely getting its act together towards the, I believe that's the Union City. Could be wrong. But so if they see anything, they're going to report it out. So again, if you know anyone that lives north of Union City, this is going to be going over roads. South Airport Road, Southwest 44, up to 29th Street Southwest, and up to Reformatory Road, South Reformatory Road. These are all in Union City, or these might just be way out in the country. But again, tornado warning includes northern Union City, southern El Reno, and Yukon. We are watching these. Kind of read this right here. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 4 miles west of Union City, moving east at 30 miles an hour. Locations impacted include northwestern Oklahoma City, El Reno, Yukon, Union City, and Richland. So if you live in these areas, or you know people who live in these areas, make sure they're taking their tornado precautions. Basement, storm cellar, or most interior room of a sturdy building. If you're in a mobile home, evacuate immediately. So we will. Okay, so there's no, I'm not sure if it's on the ground yet, but it's going to be right in here. It's going to be wrapped in rain. You won't be able to see it, so don't try to see it, because that's a pretty good couplet. So again, this is going over Southwest 59th Street, South Airport Road. Definitely, if you're on those roads, or you know people who are, make sure they're taking their tornado precautions. We're watching it. So, Chickasha, Oklahoma, you now have a tornado warning. These are starting to absolutely explode. Let's see what we're looking at for Chickasha. Okay, so that Norge right here, like what I was talking about earlier. So you need to get down. If you know people in Chickasha, make sure they get below ground right now. This is what could be the start of a outbreak, to say the least. And then we will. Okay, so those two are on the same radar. So again, we're watching this. This one's almost kind of stationary. It hasn't per se moved a whole lot. Here, this is what we're gonna do. Copy that one more time. Sorry. This is trying to make sure this is going into the right spot. Again, we are definitely watching these. We're keeping okay. There's multiple areas of rotation that are kind of unfolding right now. Oh, sorry, we're trying to get this all worked out. Okay. Now that that's set, so we're still watching this possible tornado up by Union City. Again, this is still possible. We have no confirmation that it's on the ground. We currently can't see any debris that's being lofted by it. This will kind of tell us, this correlation coefficient kind of tells us things that are not right in the upper atmosphere per se. Our main area of rotation is over Chickasha right now, so I'm sure we'll start to get some reports coming in if there is anything. But Chickasha, get in your safe place. It's pretty much right on top of you guys right now. So heading back to the north, this is kind of starting to weaken out a little bit. This is kind of what I want to mainly focus on. Is right here. It's hitting what could potentially be hitting a heavily populated area, and thankfully, nothing's popping up on our debris signature. So I don't believe it is on the ground, at least at this moment. Again, Chickasha. Oh, okay. Man, this is getting tricky. Wilson, Oklahoma. I want to make sure you guys are in your safe spot. Again, Wilson, that'll be, this will be for this area of rotation right here. Let's see. Right here. This is what we're looking at. This is what we are focusing on down there. What we're going to do is we're going to jump from warning to warning, just continue going north to south. There is what we are going to do. Is we're just going to keep going north to south. So this area of rotation is heading up. It'll probably go south of El Reno, kind of towards that Yukon area like we talked about. We have chasers, Connor Croft and Vince Wasiti, kind of going to see what they're looking at on this one. Trying to get their heading. Again, very broad rotation is currently over the Chickasha area. It's kind of moving its way out now. It's on I-44. Ooh, lightning's getting bright. So this is kind of what we call an outbreak underway. We got outbreaks left and right of us. Here, hang on. Okay, sorry, we're texting people to make sure they know to get down. Okay, because safety, number one priority, of course. So Chickasha, again, this area of rotation, so kind of over you, it's kind of trying to become definitely a little bit more developed, but it's still broad rotation as it works its way out. It's going to be, again, on I-44 on that exit. I don't know if it tells me exit numbers. It does not tell me exit numbers. So this is right here. Right here, it's getting ready to go over to Carpenter Road, up to Friend Road, that Highway 9. So if you know people in this general area, tell them they need to get to shelter. Going back north, this area of rotation is now right here, and it's kind of dying out. It slowly but surely is. So this is just how fast these little spin ups can happen. Is they can just happen out of nowhere. We're gonna head back down south. I think it honestly might be easier. No, we're not gonna do that. So again, Connor Croft and Vince Wasidi are getting on this one. Kind of what we're looking at. It's honestly kind of hard to tell what we're looking at because there's a lot of things that are kind of unfolding and underway. Sorry about that. That thunder probably picked up. There's a lot of things that are underway. So again, we're going to start from the top and work our way back down. So this is pretty well dying out. There's really no chance of that being on the ground anymore. And according to this notification, they are getting ready to drop their warning on it. We're still watching this one pretty well. There's definitely something there. I'll kind of give you guys an up close look. So this, why did it do that? Sorry guys, I just get that lucky sometimes. That's not gonna work. Okay, so it's moved from our latest scan. Now heading over to Maple Road, again, Carpenter Drive, Finn Road, Maple Road. Those areas, they're issuing some updates concerning this area of rotation is dying out now. This one has died out an awful lot. This one has died out an awful lot. Still watching this one, but they have issued some new stuff concerning our tornado warnings. They've issued, I believe, mesoscale discussions. Yes, they have. Let's see here. Okay, this is what we're going to do is we're going to transfer. I'm going to replace the screen sharing. Just going to share just a white screen. It's going to work. No, it's not going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit this. We're going to hit entire screen, the screen one. So I don't know what's going on. But this is 100% being a little tricky with me. And that's A-okay. Because we will get it fully worked out. And by fully worked out, I mean we're going to just hit. Oh, crap. No, this is really not. Okay. I haven't shared this. We're going to go back here and then kind of looking. Show. So for the, let's see, that's right there. And then, so they still have this tornado warning, continue to Blanchard to Divil. Still have this one continuing for right now. And we have that one to our south heading into Wilson, Oklahoma. Definitely watching it. It's going to be kind of right here is what going to be what we're watching now. Real quick, the Lawton to Chickasha, the Norman to Oklahoma City area. The I-44 corridor and tornado potential, a corridor of strong wind and tornado potential for the next 1 to 2 hours. So this is moving northeastward. This main storm that we were just looking at. So this one right here. It's posing a tornado threat. It's posing a strong wind threat. It'll be in Oklahoma City at about 3:30 to 3:40 fully. The parts that we're concerned about. And then for southern Oklahoma, Gainesville to Ardmore to Sherman, Texas, Gainesville, Texas, Sherman, Texas, Durant, Oklahoma, Atoka, Oklahoma, Ardmore, Oklahoma, damaging wind and tornado potential increasing. So again, we're definitely watching these, keeping our eye on them. Sorry, I'm trying to go through everything. Make sure this, that's crashed again. Sorry, this is crashing an awful lot tonight. So again, if you know anyone who lives in Wilson, Oklahoma, make sure they're in their safe spot. Right now, it's kind of going to be right here. It's kind of an interesting area of rotation. It's very broad, not super well organized, but at the end of the day, it's there, and that's what we need to focus on. So definitely keeping our eye on this. Kind of starting to see a little new one northeast of Ryan. But I don't really believe that's anything. I think it's just rain kind of messing with it. So again, we got these lines that are kind of coming up. Out of Texas, we got the main line. Kind of seeing what we got going there. We'll kind of jump over here. Sorry, trying to get that worked out. So we're going to come back up here and we're going to work our way back down the line like we had talked about earlier. Pretty much our goal is just to go from warning to warning. What is, my apologies. Don't want that. So Yukon, looks like kind of this tornado potential right up here is kind of dwindling out. We're not seeing any really well-defined rotation anymore. I'm down to Chickasha. We're definitely still seeing some along Highway 62 southwest of Blanchard. We're definitely still seeing it, definitely watching it, definitely keeping our eye on it. Oh. Is that lining or did my entire screen just flash? Right on down here. Wilson. Woo! See, guys, I chase storms and I'm still scared of thunder. It's kind of right here, this area we're watching again. This is moving directly towards Wilson. So if you're in Wilson or you know people in Wilson, make sure they are taking shelter right now. Again, we got to treat every warning like it's a tornado warning because these storms today, then they just extended this warning. So Vince and Connor Croft are kind of working their way inward on it, kind of seeing what they got going there. So backing out again, yeah, they just shrunk it. So tornado warning remains in effect until 3:45 p.m. Central Time for northwestern Love and southwestern Carter counties. At 3:33 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles south of Wilson, moving northeast at 50. Locations impacted include Heldon and Wilston. So take cover now. Move to a storm shelter, safe room, or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows if you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle. Move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. So that's what we're watching on that part. Let's see. This is still... This, I don't know. It's kind of... All the rotation up here has died out. And oh, here it is. And this is what the new thing we're watching. It's going to be right here. This one's going to be south of the Yukon. Again, not a tornado on the ground, but definitely one that we're watching, keeping our eyes on. Still have this rotation over near Chickasha. And again, we're kind of just hitting prime time for our tornado potentials as everything kind of starts to unfold and get put together. We're kind of just now hitting prime time. I'm trying to get this sorted out. Get this over here. So I'm really not seeing any debris signatures or anything. But again, Wilson, Oklahoma, definitely make sure that you're in your safe spot. Wilson, and then Blanchard, and if this keeps, let's see here, what's this doing? Oh, there we go. And then Blanchard, probably Blanchard up to Bridge Creek. Actually, no, Dibble. Between Dibble, if you live in Blanchard or Dibble, or between the two, make sure you're on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. If you're in a mobile home, get out of there. Come back up here, not really seeing anything super impressive anymore. Nothing for us to really keep our eyes on. Let's see. We're definitely watching that one. What is this? What are we looking at here? Okay. I think we're doing good on that end. So again, if you live in between, if you live in Blanchard, or if you live in Dibble, or if you live between the two, definitely take shelter. You kind of got this little area of rotation coming up. And then, okay, so they extended this one, meaning they're expecting it to be what could potentially be a long track tornado. Again, our keyword there is going to be potentially. What could potentially be a long track tornado. Okay, so Wilson, you're running out of time to get in your safe spot. Okay, you're running out of time. Get in your safe spot. Go now. Long Grove. If you live in Long Grove or Ardmore, make sure get in your safe spot. Get down. Glen Springer. So Long Grove to Ardmore, you have time, but you don't have much. Okay, so I'm going to point that out. You have time, but you don't have much. Don't try to go look at it. It's rain wrapped. You will not be able to see it. Hopefully, some of our spotters can. If they get close enough to it, they will. Springer to, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I think it's like Genotri, maybe. Excuse me if I'm wrong. You have time. It's still working its way up there. But so what we want you guys to do is get ready, call people if you need to, tell them, hey, get down and get out. So we're still watching that. Still watching this warning up here. Hang on, we're going to have to. Kind of. Okay, that's going to be sooner than later, I would say. So again, if you live in between Blanchard and Dibble, definitely, again, get in your safe spots. It's still here. It's right there. Lightning's getting bright. It's on Highway 39. It's what we're looking at. Definitely. Hang on. Getting reports of. What is this? Getting reports of a possible tornado on the. Oh, it's right there, all right. Oh. Okay, sorry, we're trying to. Okay, so that Chickasha storm, tornado on the ground now. We just got that from some spotters that are out in the field right now. This little spot right here, tornado on the ground heading into, between Blanchard and Dibble. Again, tornado on the ground. Okay, we're going to go over that again. Tornado on the ground right here. I don't believe we can see it lofting. Yep, no, here it is. Right here. It's a rather weak signature, but again, it's on the ground. Definitely keeping our eyes on it. Looks like it might have since lifted on that end. I don't. This is. Let's see. Yeah. So still don't have it as confirmed. Blanchard to Dibble. Tornado on the ground. Just confirmed from our spotters. We cannot show that video quite yet because we don't have tags or anything on it, meaning it could easily be taken if we show it right now. So real quick, I just want to point out Yukon, you're safe. Banner, you're safe. This tornado warning has been allowed to expire. But between south of Blanchard, north of Dibble, Cole, if you're there, get in your safe spot. And again, they extended this warning down here, meaning they expect it to be long track. It's not. It's kind of hard to see where and what it is, just because of how far it is from any radars on that end. So personally, I think I'm in Duncan. I might kind of be out of the loop now. It will all depend on what else comes up. But let's see. Severe weather. Turn that off. Turn that on. Weather alerts. Go ahead. We will turn on kind of our tornado watch area. This everywhere in yellow is a current tornado watch. Again, we're watching this down here, so Ardmore, time for you to get in your safe spot. Same for Lone Grove, time for you to get in your safe spot. Not that. We're watching these, but again, it's time for Lone Grove and Ardmore to get in their safe spot. And this Chickasha storm, I believe, area of rotation has died out quite a lot. Does not appear to still be on the ground at this current moment. Kind of stepping back and just kind of letting everything unfold. Turn those off. Let's see. And that's all I really want on right now. And I think, yeah, this will probably be okay. So this new one has come out, so we can close that. So it's really broad, but it's going to be right here. It's broad rotation, but it's right here. Kind of still watching this. It's looking a little. No, it's starting to get to like the end of kind of our radar coverage on this, and we can see this is where it kind of starts to get a little nippy. I think the nearest one probably still be Frederick on that end. Right here, it's kind of starting to become more organized. So right here, so Lone Grove, you're out of time. Get to your shelter. So you can see Connor Croft and Sol City, they're backing up because it's right here. It's a little sketchy. We're looking at do dual panels. So we're kind of going to split the screen here. This end we're going to have this is kind of starting to get tricky. So this is starting to do is it's starting to get tricky. Why is it starting to get tricky? Well, because this is a tricky storm system to cover. But so, if you live in Lone Grove to Ardmore to Springer, get down. Lone Grove, get down now. Don't wait. Don't try to see it. You won't be able to see it. Lone Grove, get down, get below ground, and do it now while you still can. Don't want to scare people, but Lone Grove, get down and get down now. Because here's the thing, is you're not going to be able to see that tornado at all by any means necessary. That tornado will be completely invisible to you, Lone Grove. If you're in Lone Grove, get down. If you're in Ardmore, get down. Springer, you have time. Let's see here, they just had that new. Can I give you all a little play-by-play right here? Yeah, so Lone Grove, get down. It's definitely starting to become more organized. So again, Lone Grove, get down. They dropped both tornado warnings to our north here. So Chickasha, yours is canceled. Blanchard, Dibble, your tornado warning is canceled. Excuse me. But please note that spin ups in this system right here are still possible along our leading line, which will be right here. Storms or tornadoes are still possible along that heading into that OKC metro area. Let's see. Just had that new update come out. Kind of saw our radars move. Okay, so Lone Grove, get down because whatever it is now right on top of you. Okay, Lone Grove, get down. Ardmore, this should clip the eastern side of you. It's kind of getting to the end of its coverage zone, so it's kind of starting to get a little tricky. It's kind of what we call a radar dead spot. There's not a lot of radars out to our east by any means necessary. So again, we're still watching, but Lone Grove, get down. If you know people there, tell them to get down because it's quite legitimately right on. If it's on the ground, it's going to be right on top of them right now. We can jump. Let's see if this will work. No, because that's too far from the radars. Again, definitely watching. Any storms that kind of come up and go eastward are going to be here. Is this any closer? No, it's not. That's not any better at all. Any storms that come up out of Texas and go eastward are definitely storms that we need to keep our eyes on. Real quick, I just want to point out Duncan, Marla, Chickasha, south down to Ryan. Chickasha down to Ryan. You guys, you're good now. Okay. You're on the backside of the storm. I really don't expect anything else to form on the backside. Granted, anything's possible. Fair warning, we do expect more severe weather tomorrow that we will 100% be monitoring without a shadow of a doubt. Whew. But Lone Grove, I believe the area of rotation has now passed directly overhead. Yep, it's passing directly overhead. So now it's time for Springer. Get to your safe spot. If you know anyone in Springer, make sure they're in their safe spot. Make sure they know where to go, get all their things, and get down. On that part, kind of right here. This area. I know it's kind of a wide area, kind of a tricky area, but it's kind of going to be what we're looking at. And this might be, I don't know. Too far. Let's see. No further tornado warnings, but we're going to come up here and focus on these. So this is kind of a slight area of rotation up here near north of Cedar Valley there. And even kind of right here, this area where it's poking in. This red's poking out and this is poking in. Yeah, so see, we're definitely going to start keeping our eye on that because that could change very fast. We'll come back down here. Still hasn't been reported on the ground yet, so either Connor and Vince can't see anything, or it's, kind of just doing its little disorganized mess thing on that end. I will take us right up here to Alva, Oklahoma real fast and point out a storm that is discrete. It'll be a supercell. It'll be kind of getting its act together really fast as it moves into Kansas. But anyways, we're going to focus on our tornado warning that is down south over here. So whatever it is, it's moved past Lone Grove and is currently heading for the Springer area, I-35. So we're definitely going to want to keep our eyes there. Sorry, I think this worked out. Let's see. Oh, that was from, why are these updates coming in from yesterday? Okay, those updates were old. Sorry about that. So, again, still watching this. Springer, get to your safe spot. Lone Grove, this storm should have moved well over you by now. Head down. Might be kind of a slight debris signature up in here. But also these storms recently have been kicking up a lot of leaves, and our leaves have been popping up on our debris signatures, which isn't the most helpful. But now that we're kind of in a better spot, your area of rotation is going to be right here. Sorry. Get that fixed. So again, Springer, You're in Springer, this town right here. You're going to want to get down lowest floor of a sturdy building. Basement or storm cellar if possible. We'll take a jump back up here. Not seeing much. Maybe kind of down here towards this Blanchard area. Kind of a little something down there. Not seeing much of there. It's kind of just a mess. So we're watching these storms very closely. I think anything probably after this line will be good. I'm going to pull up some of this stuff. And let's see what this is showing for after this line. Here, I'm going to keep this playing while I kind of look over this. So again, Springer, it's time for you to get into your safe space. Daughtry, you're next. You're going to be the next spot that wants to get into their safe space if they continue this warning at hand. Let's see. Let me just kind of take a look. I don't see anything over here. Sorry, I had to take a quick look at something. So again, Springer, this is your chance to get to your safe space. Definitely. So our environment's kind of dying out. Tomorrow is going to be, we're going to watch a line of storms kind of form and go into eastern Oklahoma. Definitely tomorrow you're going to want to be severe weather aware, kind of at any point for the next, including today and tomorrow. So that's technically speaking 2 days you're going to want to be severe weather aware. Oh, that is, excuse me. So again, Springer, you're going to want to get in your safe area. I think kind of looks like our threat could be slowly diminishing because all this is just kind of it's a bunch of rain wrap stuff. After last night, some of our environment got taken from those storms last night, and this is starting to get kind of better and better. So we won't go unlive until this tornado warning is dropped or discontinued. Once this warning goes, we'll probably go unlive, and if we get more tornado warnings, we'll go live again. But we're kind of getting ready. If this kind of keeps dissipating, we're probably going to get ready to wrap up coverage. What is this down here? Drag it perfectly. Okay, yeah. I could kind of see that. So again, Lone Grove, get to your tornado safe spot. Or not Lone Grove, Springer. This is past Lone Grove now. Past Lone Grove, Springer, get to your safe spot along with Daughtry. So our trackers are probably about to shoot north on 35. We're definitely watching it. Keeping our eye on it. Tornado warning expires in 1 minute. We're going to see if they continue it or not. But all in all, if they don't continue it, this severe thunderstorm warning is still tornado possible. Again, these are going to be brief spin ups, so anything's going to be possible for it to like kind of come up, get a spin up going. Anything on that end is going to be possible. But again, Duncan, you're in the safe zone. Chickasha South, Chickasha down to Ryan, you're safe. These storms have passed. What was this? Tornado warning. I am not seeing one. Carter and Murray, Oklahoma. I need that to reset. Okay, so they've dropped Springer, you're good. Daughtry, you're good. They dropped that tornado warning. But what I do want to do is find out what all of this other fuss is about. That took that off. There we go. Let's see what's going on. Over here, yeah. Dates tornado warning. Canceled. Yep. So tornado warnings canceled. Everything kind of seems to be diminishing at least. So I think this is kind of where we cut the live stream for right now. But if more tornado warnings come about, we'll start it back up, get it back